Okay, so this is my first attempt at a live stream. Welcome back to week 4 class. I'm delighted to see you. I am on vacation this week and next in lovely Chincoteague, Virginia. We were not hit by the hurricane as people were fearing, so I'm here. We're going to embark this week on the study of the medievals, that is especially the early medieval figures, such as the men of the school of St. Victor, the monastery of St. Victor, namely Hugh himself, Hugh of St. Victor. But before we do that, I wanted to take a moment to make sure that we could give Augustine and Jerome their due. The actual debate between Augustine and Jerome on the issue of translation. It's that amusing story of the translation of that word kikayon, the Hebrew word kikayon, and how you translated it. It comes in the 4th chapter of the book of Jonah. It's the big plant that Jonah sat under after he was really upset. The traditional Latin translation had rendered it something more like ivy or hedera, but Jerome wanted to retranslate it as cucurbita because it seemed to be more like a gourd, and the people, in Augustine's church were sort of upset by this, and that embarked, a sort of a argumentative dialogue between Augustine and Jerome afterwards to really sort of settle the issue. What should people do? Should they adapt the scripture to reflect the current modern standard of knowledge, or should, for the sake of deferring to tradition and what people are used to, just stick with the translation that people were familiar with? And that's a debate that very, very much entered in comes down into the present day. And so what were the respective positions of Augustine and Jerome on this, and of course on the related issues of translation of the Bible in general, and how might it be relevant for the current day? I'd like to maybe spend a day discussing that, if we could, before we embark onto talking about Hugh of St. Victor. So if you could post on that maybe by today or maybe tomorrow at the latest, and then we can move on into the Middle Ages. But that's the Augustine-Jerome debate is a very important one, and it foreshadows in many ways the debate that is always going to be there in biblical study, or really for that matter any kind of theological study. How do you balance scholarship with tradition? So this is a good topic to kick off this week. So let's do that, and I will hear what you all have to say on that.